perhaps one of the most well-known players in the Philippines. But the good thing about this whole tournament is that it gives people a platform to join tournaments for the very first time, just from the comfort of their own homes.
Yeah, and maybe we're not discovering these hidden talents from these people who are joining the tournament. And now we're seeing an odd rogue from MrBoombastic and
Odd Warrior.
Odd Warrior.
We've seen this matchup just a while ago, and in the I Am Judy versus Addict match, the Odd Warrior took it very decisively.
Yeah.
But things can go differently the second time around, so let's see.
And Staz is not going to wait for turn 10 to use the Omega Assembly.
Nope. Definitely don't have the time in this matchup, and he now has this Scorpo-matic, which funnily enough can destroy a Firefly. Other choices, I think that the Beryllium Nullifier takes way too long, and it doesn't have taunt, so it's too slow a card. The other option is a Spark Engine, which I think can be a little bit useful.
Yeah, I would pick Spark Engine here. Because the Scorpo-matic can definitely destroy one of the Fireflies or the Fire Elementals, and yeah, that's good.
I like the Scorpo-matic as well. Both that and the other two drops seem pretty decent as just early gameplay. So now Staz can curve out 2-3 into coin 5-5, which is really, really strong.
Yes.
He'll also just have that hero power online anytime he likes. No Brawls or Reckless Flurry yet, so that can be a little bit worrisome. And already, I disagree with this play from MrBoombastic. Yeah. This is a matchup where you go turn 2 Cold Blood. It's so good.
Turn 2 Cold Blood, yeah. Turn 2 Cold Blood into Firefly would be so good. You deal 5 damage.
Yes.
It wouldn't be removed by any
There's just nothing from the Odd Warrior. They don't run Fiery War Axe these days.
Yeah.
Their removal doesn't come until the turns that they can put down taunts or when they can comfortably use Shield Slam. And this early on, you can't be scared of something like Shield Slam because you're never winning to that against that later. So now MrBoombastic, thankfully for him, he picks up a Vicious Fledgling, which seems like a very obvious play this turn. But it's a little bit vulnerable to the Tar Creeper that will come down from Staz.
Yeah, the Vicious Fledgling is very good, but it's prone to the taunts, or it's not going to get blocked by the taunts by Staz. On Staz's side, there's going to be Stonehill Defender, there's going to be Tar Creeper, and turn 5 is just going to be coined out.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. MrBoombastic would love to draw a Southsea deckhand there, but he didn't get it, so the Vicious Fledgling will be stopped in its tracks. And can't imagine how different the game would be if the Cold Blood came down on turn 2. It would be so easily clearing off the Star Creeper, and not to mention it wouldn't have died to the Scorpo-matic also.
Yeah. Ooh, and he's keeping the Vicious Fledgling on bay.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, and the Super Collider. I really like this card.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So
that is a very brutal card when the opponent has a bunch of big minions. It's not so effective on this turn, but Staz can very comfortably just put down Giggling Inventor or Direhorn Hatchling.
Yeah. Either of those two would protect him from any damage that can happen from the Vicious Fledgling and give it Adapt.
Yeah, and also the Giggling Inventor is quite effective because there is no Blood Knight being run in the list of the Odd Rogue for MrBoombastic, which is a bit of an older list, still running the Cobalt Scalebane. But in this matchup, it's actually pretty good, I would say, the Cobalt Scalebane.
Yeah, the Cobalt Scalebane would just give other minions 3 attack, but this is not updated. Maybe he's not updated to the meta, or but he got this far, so it's probably effective, right?
Yeah, Odd Rogue seems to be a common pick in this tournament. Definitely one of the strongest decks. Well, anyway, MrBoombastic can finally play his Fungal Mancer here, but there's no way for the Vicious Fledgling to go face, even if he buffs the 2 Fireflies, because there's just 1 damage lacking onto the dagger. So now he decides to buff the Vicious Fledgling and 1 Firefly instead. And this way, he can let the 1-2 Firefly go face. Because I assume Fledgling and Dagger goes into 3-6, 3-4 into 3-3, and 1-2 face.
1-2 face, yeah. But not knowing that on Staz's side, there's still Giggling Inventor, there's still Stonehill.
Yeah, actually the Super Collider is very scary here. So I think that MrBoombastic's trying his best to maybe play around it by not trading into the Tar Creeper this turn. I like the play a lot, actually.
You know, what's surprising about the deck of Staz is that he has 2 Super Colliders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. After attack a minion, force it to attack one of its neighbors. It's random.
Yes.
You can it can either attack the one minion to the left or to the right.
But in this case, the Vicious Fledge answer. It's not the play this turn though. I think that this is a turn where Reckless Flurry is pretty effective. You can use it to clear off both. But because there's no Bloodlight, I think Staz is also just fine playing the Giggling Inventor, stall out a little bit, and maybe get more value out of his Reckless Flurry later.
Yeah, that Giggling Inventor is probably the best turn for this turn. And Reckless Fury is, as you said, is one of the choices, but I think we should hold it out for more minions.
Yeah. The only thing Staz is scared of is the Vicious Fledgling hitting face here. So as long as he's able to prevent that, he can stall out the Reckless Flurry for more value. So now, Vile Spine Slayer is active for MrBoombastic, but there's so many taunts in the way, and his dagger is not active also.
Oh, so, okay. So, there's a, in this turn, maybe he can trade the... No. The Tar Creeper is still going to survive this turn.
Yeah, I think you have to Vile Spine on a Noyotron, as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because you have to think of the Tar Creeper as a 1-3.
Yeah.
Even though it's a 3-3 on your turn, if you leave it up, it's not really threatening.
Yeah.
So it looks like Mr. Boombastic instead is just going to develop a second Vicious Fledgling, and now I think Staz has the go signal for this Reckless Flurry.
Yeah,
that's it. Deal so much damage.
Oh man.
To the board.
This is the Reckless Flurry turn. Of course, you don't forget to go face with your minions, but Reckless Flurry. It's a good board removal. Only you lose all your armor.
Yeah, well, Staz only has the hero power. He doesn't have any armor, so it's great. What a good deal.
It's a good deal.
He's still not going to go.
Okay.
No, he can play Super Collider this turn.
Oh, that's right.
That's actually quite strong. On to the 5-4, that's a clear on both of the minions.
Yeah.
Really good spot from Staz there. I didn't see that.
Me too, I didn't see that. That's the nice turn.
Dang.
Dang.
Staz definitely showing off why he is one of the best players in the Philippines and the most consistent, I would say, over the past few years. So it looks like the refill turn for Mr. Boombastic is just Dire Maul and Cobalt Scalebane. It feels bad, especially since the Super Collider is still active on board.
Yeah, looking at the Mr. Bombastic, you're right. Dire Maul and Cobalt Scalebane will be the ones for the best turnout here, and you will have a 4-3 Dire Maul.
Yeah, but immediately the Super Collider can clear it. Yeah. So looks like Mr. Boombastic will just play one minion. I think it makes a lot of sense.
That's why Super Collider is very scary.
Yeah. There's a lot of argument as to whether this card is that good, but pros will often say they love it or they think it's not so good, but I'm definitely in the camp of in favor of Super Collider.
Yeah, it's good. It's good because although you don't know where it will attack, but if it attacks a one where it gets removed in the process, then you have a good value right there. I would pick Gem-Studded, would you?
I think I don't even mind the Wax Elemental this turn just because it's annoying, but sure, Gem-Studded plus Hero Power next turn, it makes a whole lot of sense. Staz is very happily just stalling away. He hasn't drawn Dr. Boom yet, so he will run out of ways to clear the board eventually, but for now, he's not taken too much damage. It's gonna be fine.
And he's safely behind a 1-4 Solar Defender.
Yes.
And he
Vile Spine seems okay this turn. I think Mr. Boombastic just wants to be able to push face damage with this 5-5.
I think a Tar Creeper would be good here. Tar Creeper and Vile Spine in different positions.
Yeah. As long as the 5-5 isn't in the middle, I think it's okay. So maybe Vile Spine in the middle.
Vile Spine in the middle, and as long as the Tar Creeper doesn't get the buff. Even though it gets the buff, it's going to get removed, right?
Yeah, it's so confusing. You can't tell what the proper position is because you don't know which one is getting buffed.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's deciding to save the Vile Spine, I guess, for a bigger taunt. I'm not a huge fan of the play because if the buff lands on the Dire Maul, it's still awkward.
Yeah. It's going to be a Does it retain the attack, the 3 attack, when it attacks the
because
Direwolf?
it's Staz's turn.
No,
okay, so with the positioning of the Tar Creeper on the side, that makes Staz's Super Collider a bit more awkward. But he picked up Shield Slam now, so he can simply Super Collider that, then Hero Power, Shield Slam the Cobalt Scalebane, and that's a full clear. He still has his Gluttonous Ooze surviving, and enough mana to play Elise.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. All things are lining up for Staz to play and use his mana efficiently, and he puts down Elise the Trailblazer. And yeah, look at that Super Collider. Super Colliders,
MrBoombastic needs the Myra's Unstable Element very soon if he wants any chance of pulling this game back in his favor. Awkward handful of combo cards. There's no way to get all the combos on them, but at least he can get the Vile Spine activation on the Elise.
Would you use a combo card on the enemy minion and just use Vile Spine? And SI7 agent just to clear the board?
I think it's okay. Yeah, but you might have to.
But his board will also be cleared if he hits the Vile Spine and it hits the SI7 agent with the Super Collider.
Yeah. There's just no way out.
No way out. Oh man.
It's just so powerful. I mean, the thing with Control Warrior is that back in the day, the way to defeat Control Warrior was to build up 1 or 2 tall minions, right?
Yeah.
If you have, or ideally 2, because 3 or more is weak to Brawl. When you have 2, the warrior needs to use two pieces of removal, like 1 execute, 1 shield slam. But these days, because of Super Collider, the warrior has a way to punish 2 minions by making them kill each other. It's just so good. It fills the gap that Control Warrior had, the one weakness. And because of that, MrBoombastic decides to play only 1 minion, and he will have this minion shield slammed away, probably. Gem-studded Golem hits the board.
Ooh, no. Gem-studded Golem. He can shield slam the 3-4 in the Vile Spine, but
there's actually not a big reason to, honestly. Even Fungal Mancer hitting that is not so scary. Of course, there's no Shadow Step in the Odd Rogue. So yeah, Staz just saves it.
There's no other. There's one other bigger minion. It's the Baku, but it's not there.
Yep.
So
even Deadly SISI is not enough to clear the Gem-studded. You have to trade the Vile Spine, which is so awkward. MrBoombastic is really just in his Myra waiting room right now.
Is there any way that he can get to lethal with these combinations from Myra? With any combination from Myra?
Yeah, of course. I think if he pulls Leroy, Cold Blood, Fungal Mancer, Soundseed Deckhands, there's a way. It's just that Staz is very quickly chipping away at the health from MrBoombastic. He can put down his own Baku as well. Yeah,
he can put down his Baku and he's just way ahead.
Yeah, very close to just killing MrBoombastic.
Oh man.
So what does it have to be? It has to be
icing
like
on the cake.
Myra into Vile Spine, and then you need just a lot of insane stuff. That is not it though, so MrBoombastic's gonna commit
with the
seppuku, not Sudoku.
And that's one game for Staz using his Super Collider, Super Colliding his way into a win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very accurately put.
Yeah. Super Colliding his way into a win against MrBoombastic. And MrBoombastic still has his own 3 decks. And the Staz can still use his Odd Paladin and his
Spell Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's a very interesting lineup from Staz. It's kind of like aggro that is anti-aggro.
Yeah.
You know, like, because Odd Paladin is the aggro deck that can beat the other aggro decks.
Yes,
it's
that's
just
right.
favored against Odd Rogue, it's favored against Tempo Mage, and things like that. And then you also play the Odd Warrior to defeat the aggro.
The aggro. And looking at maybe MrBoombastic should use the Heal Lock now.
I'm not sure about the queue order on this one. It seems like most of the matchups are difficult for him because of this Odd Rogue from Staz, which hits another good matchup in the Odd Paladin from Staz. It's a good matchup against the Odd Rogue from MrBoombastic, who keeps the Tar Creeper. Very wise decision here. that is something you definitely need to deal with. All the little tokens from the Paladin, but Staz has level up in hand and his choice of 1-drops, of course, so it's gonna be pretty smooth sailing, I think, for Staz, as long as you hit the button every single turn that you can.
Yeah, you should hit the button every single turn so that you get a lot of the dudes on the board.
Yeah, even keeping level up makes a lot of sense here, because the value from your early turns comes from your hero power, and then you're free to keep 5-drops because you have refill guaranteed with that upgraded hero power. Which, by the way, the rogue hero power upgrade does nothing in this case, because you only needed the old 1 attack from the dagger to clear these minions.
You know, in this matchup, you really have to remove any of the silver hand recruits if you can.
Yeah.
Just to prevent any snowball.
Yeah, it's just so difficult though for the odd rogue, because even if they land like the dagger, it's only clearing 1 minion per turn, whereas the paladin can put down 2 to 3 per turn or even more. The ideal way for the odd rogue to try to get a win is to have Dire Mole on 1, but that was missed by MrBoombastic here.
Oh, we're now seeing an abusive sergeant.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's odd, it's classic, it's still usable.
Yep. And Staz is just gonna hit that hero power button as much as possible. Next turn, it will come down to the Righteous Protector to protect those recruits, and then he'll be able to coin out level up, which is really, really strong.
Yeah.
Thinking if he needs to coin out something already this turn, I don't think it's really necessary.
Yeah.
Maybe it's scary if your opponent gets Star Creeper, if you don't have more stuff. But you have the Iron Beak Owl.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking he doesn't have to coin out anything right now, but because he has, as you said, the Righteous Protector and Hero Power on the next turn, and Iron Beak Owl can break the Tar Creeper's taunt and buff. But if you were more proactive, you can go with the Fledgling. Would it be a choice for you now?
Well, if you play the Fledgling, you definitely have to use the dagger to clear one of the minions, just so it's not dead on board from what you can see.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weak in your next turn, because you kind of want to play a South Sea Deckhand with something, or Deadly Poison with something, and if you don't have the dagger, it feels bad. So I think this play, I would have saved the dagger in this instance. And also, if I had used the dagger to clear something, it would be a recruit, not a mech.
Yes, that's right. You would remove, as I said a while ago, you should remove any recruit that you want.
Yeah, but not but he did hit the Mecharoo.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit of lacking in matchup knowledge here.
Yeah.
Anyway, MrBoombastic picks up the best 1-drop in this matchup, and he's now able to clear off 2 minions, but the level up will still hit 3. Maybe Staz can greed it out and actually just wait for the next turn, because he has Lost in the Jungle also.
Ooh, there's the Corridor Creeper. It most likely will get discounted in the next turns.
Yeah.
Would you use Iron Beak Owl now?
I think I just want to play 3 minions here. Or rather, sorry, you Hero Power, you play Lost in the Jungle, and
then Abusive Sergeant?
Possibly. I think we don't have to clear the Tar Creeper. We're just setting up for a really good level up turn. So maybe it's more like Firefly Hero Power Abusive, because next turn you can Lost coin level up.
Yeah. Firefly Hero Power Abusive?
Something like that.
Yeah, then it's going to be, if you use
you have 5 recruits on board.
Yeah.
There will be maybe 3 cleared next turn. Then you can still level up and coin the Lost in the Jungle. So I think this is what Staz is going for. Oh, rather instead of Abusive, you play the other Flame, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to clear.
Oh,
yeah, he's going to clear the Tar Creeper. And then possibly...
Okay, because you only use 2 this way.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also you get the discount from the Corridor Creeper. Ooh.
Yeah, it's so weird to activate at this turn, but I think he has to use that.
Yeah.
But then your Vilespine is not active next turn. The thing is, Vilespine is not so good in this matchup. All of the minions are around the same size that Deadly Poison can clear anyway.
I think this is a turn where you have to use your SI7 agent, but not use the combo.
Yeah, so in that case, I guess you play Vicious Fledgling instead.
Yeah.
Then you clear off 2 recruits. I can't help but think there could be one last recruit here if there was the Mecha Rune left on board. That's not such a bad thing.
Yeah, that could hit him back in the next turns because there's one more recruit.
Well, anyway.
On hindsight, there might be no recruit by now. Right.
Okay, so Lost in the Jungle, coin, level up. Well, that's not that good actually because it's only 3 buffs. He might have to because the Vicious Fledgling survives, but I'm so greedy with the level up. I see 2 Lost in the Jungle and I say maybe we can wait one more turn.
I think, yeah, it's possible, yeah. I would use it because I would protect myself from any further damage. And also, yeah, he's going to use it.
If you trade, you can also play the Corridor Creeper.
Corridor Creeper, yeah. The Corridor is going to be 0 cost.
Yeah. Definitely fine. Staz is very far ahead here. Doesn't need to trade into this 1-2 because it's well protected by the 3/3s. I guess he can be scared of something like Fungal Mancer, so he'll trade.
The trade would be good.
One thing I know from Staz is that he's a very safe player.
Yeah.
Every time I see him in tournaments, he will always take the line that has the least risk associated with it. Even though that means he will delay the win by a few more turns. But that's just his style, and it works well for him.
And looking at this turn for MrBoombastic, he can use the Deadly Poison and Vile Spine just to remove the dudes on the board and maybe gain some advantage, but it's short-lived. Or I
think he has to, though. The next turn is going to be Diremole, SI. And I think you Vile Spine the 2/5 instead because the SI7 agent can challenge the other recruit, whereas the 2/5 is not challenged by anything. But MrBoombastic disagrees.
And MrBoombastic is now he has a good turn on the next turn.
It's decent. So Staz can use Blessing of Might to continue clearing off the Vile Spine. I think he'll do that because he was playing around Fungal Mancer on the previous turn.
And he's going to use the Blessing of Might just to remove the Vile Spine Slayer, and he's now using the Lost in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Usually on turn 7, I get a Vine Cleaver.
Yes, you're a good player. Good Paladin player then.
I get a Vine Cleaver, so that's one of the scary moments for your opponent, right?
Absolutely what Staz wants to draw here, or second level up, or even Fungal Mancer. There's a lot of good draws for him here, but also a lot of whiffs, because now MrBoombastic actually has a very scary board for the odd Paladin to deal with. Each of the minions are able to value trade those dudes, and Staz is nowhere near lethal just yet. So, yeah, I just mentioned all of the good draws, right? It's Fungal Mancer and level up. So.
Yeah, Fungal Mancer
and Vine Cleaver.
Vine Cleaver. And
for attack or Divine Shield? Ooh, that's the worst outcome. Yikes.
So one of the best outcomes for the unidentified mole is the one that gives Divine Shield.
Yes.
And attack.
Even the one for additional recruits would be okay here. But since Staz got the taunt, I just want to see all of this go face, honestly. Okay, he can take this one value trade because none of the minions die.
Yeah, and everything, almost everything goes face, as you said, but... Look at
no room for Fan of Knives in the odd rogue, but he sure wishes it was in the deck right now.
Oh no.
Cold Blood ain't gonna do anything in this instance. It's just overkill. And now MrBoombastic, I think, very wisely targeting all the recruits now, not the Firefly.
That's right, you should target the recruits each time. Oh, there's the Vine Cleaver.
There you go. That is a world champion draw right there.
Yeah, Vine Cleaver, go. Where should it go? If you're going to use your Vine Cleaver, where should it go?
It's either the 6-2 or face.
Either 6-2 or face?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta say.
Because the Vine Cleaver is potentially 12 damage.
I wanna say face because, look, all of these big minions with high attack have to hit the taunt minions, which will put them down to like 1 health respectively or 4 health.
Yeah.
Right? If you Vine Cleaver or something, it's like you're doing the trade for the rogue, which they would be forced to do anyway.
Yeah.
So I really like this.
That's right.
No matter which way the damage falls onto your minions, you're still gonna have enough minions to clear off the remaining health on MrBoombastic's SI7 agents, or enough damage to just win the game on the next turn.
Yeah, I concur with the decision of Staz that you really have to attack face, as you said a while ago, because this is a total of 12 damage,
yes.
And there's a lot of taunts on the board to protect you from the damage that's coming from your enemy's minions. Yeah, from MrBoombastic, it's going to be 3-2, it's going to be 3-1, 6-2, it's going to be 6-1, and this Cobalt Scale Bane.
It honestly just feels so annoying to play this matchup as the Odd Rogue, because you're forced to hit all these high damage totals. 6 damage to kill a 1-1, 5 damage to kill a 1-1, even your dagger every single time. And Staz having studiously saved that R&B Owl.
Oh,
yes,
it's GG. It's exact lethal for Staz. Oh, another Flying Cleaver.
Which would have been a bad draw, but this is just lethal because he went face last turn. So there you go, Staz is going up 2-1 now with what I believe is a very favored lineup.
Yeah, it's a 2-0 for Staz, winning with his Odd Paladin. Now he only has to use the Spell Hunter against MrBoombastic, and MrBoombastic is not really that fantastic with this matchup. And we're waiting for him to use the other decks. Maybe a mirror matchup, or this is not a mirror matchup.
It's actually the Death Rattle Hunter.
Yeah,
which I think. I'm actually not sure about the Death Rattle versus Spell Hunter matchup, but looking on paper, it seems like the Death Rattle Hunter should be able to win because they have so much more value. Yeah. But it's just the possibility of that Spell Stone for 4 wolves on turn 5, which can win almost any matchup. So I think that what's this? MrBoombastic will struggle to be fantastic for this matchup. Yeah. It's always a chance though because it is Hearthstone.
Yeah, so it may still be RNG based, right? But this matchup is it's kind of on the advantage of MrBoombastic if Staz doesn't draw out the Spellstones, as you said. And
he's just sticking to the Odd Rogue.
Yeah, Odd Rogue, okay.
This might be another sweep of Odd Rogue like we saw unfortunately for I Am Julie a while ago.
It's just Odd Rogue for days.
Yes. And Staz here, he has that Animal Companion, which is a nice thing to play on turn 3, but I think he'd rather get Secrets into Spellstone because without that, it's very difficult to deal with all of the pressure from the Odd Rogue.
You know, what's hard about the mulligan in Spell Hunter is that sometimes it's very tempting to keep tracking on turn 1.
Yeah, that is a trap though.
Yeah.
Why would you keep tracking when there's a chance to get a card that you actually want?
It's like if you're really a safe player, you don't keep tracking. Okay, so...
Okay, decent hand from Staz. He can coin Animal Companion into Animal Companion next turn, which is before the Vicious Fledglings can come down though. But there are 2 of them for MrBoombastic, so it could be a little scary if Staz rolls, what's this, Leok. Or Huffer, because Huffer dies to the dagger.
Yeah, Huffer dies to the hero power or the dagger of MrBoombastic. So it's...
instead, just going to choose to go for this route, which is a little bit safer. I like it, because if MrBoombastic chooses to attack, then Staz might have a minion that he can be buffing with a possible Leok. That's very far. You're just about 3-5 off. But don't worry about it. Okay.
So it's not an injured Blade Master. That's the best one that you can get there.
So Staz, as a safe player, I'm sure he will use Kill Command instead of going for trying to roll Huffer there. But he'll get the bad news that the second Vicious Fledgling is online. So Staz is really hoping to draw Flanking Strike off the top here. That would be the ideal answer. Yeah,
that would be the ideal answer. But because it's going to be just 33% or 66% to get the best ones for Animal Companion. Yeah, like MeSA and
even MeSA
Huffer.
Scary because SI7 will be active next turn. So it has to be Huffer if he does.
Flanking Strike!
Wow! Wow! Excellent draw from Staz.
That's a pro top deck move right there from Staz.
Yeah, and just like that, I think Staz is in such a good position now because the hand from MrBoombastic is out of threats. It's a very reactive hand / finish the game hand, which he is nowhere near doing. Might have to just be SI7 this turn. But if you're using Darmal SI7, you're giving up your Vilespine activator.
Yeah. And turns for Staz, it may be a coin to my side or
so powerful.
Or coin to animal companion.
You can do the separate to my side, the deconstructed to my side, or just to my side.
Yeah.
Of course, it makes more sense to play the high cost card when you have the mana to do it anyway.
Yes, that's right.
So MrBoombastic is hoping he gets a 1-drop next turn for these Huffer and MeSA is my prediction.
Yeah,
I think
it's Leok. It's the
Leok
worst
and
one.
who and who?
Leok and Huffer.
Who wins the bets?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we're both wrong. I said
I said Leok and Huffer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You said Leok and MeSA. Yes. Okay, good job.
Yeah.
You won the 1 and 3.
Yeah. 1 and 3. So there's no activator on side for MrBoombastic to use the Vile Spine Slayer.
12-year Warden is not so bad. You can draw 1-cost minions to activate his Vile Spine Slayers next turn.
It's actually good, right? Because you get 2 1-costs.
Not
and
bad
he gets
at
a
all.
clear.
It's like this, and the explosive trap's looking pretty juicy for Staz right now. He can even use Hunter's Mark on the blink. Oh!
Ooh,
wow! Full clear available.
Right. How about a animal companion and a that's going to be a Leok and Unleash. That's over.
Yeah, Staz probably won't rely on a Leok role as the safe player that he is. So
it's going to be Unleash the Hounds, right?
Maybe it's Explosive Trap and Hunter's Mark. That's okay, but weak to Fungal Mancer. So I would rather see
Unleash the Hounds and Explosive.
No, Unleash and Hunter's Mark, or just Unleash and Animal Companion. I think that's actually fine because you get to clear 2 of the minions with your Unleash as it is, and possibly develop something else that can clear the Blink Fox.
Yeah, Animal Companion first. That would be good. Ooh.
Okay, so this is very risky into Fungal Mancer, I gotta say. I'm not
sure.
I'm not a big fan of this play.
Yeah, me too, because you would get Fungal Mancer!
So MrBoombastic is gonna do this correctly, it seems like.
That's
also gonna probably trade the Blink Fox first in case it's Freezing Trap, because then you can get the Battle Cry again.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so Staz, this is a bit of a punish here. He does have the clear with Unleash this turn, but he took so much damage in the process. And there is Leroy waiting in the wings for MrBoombastic here.
Leroy is right over there, man. And
I think that was a very big blunder from Staz.
Oh, Grievous Bite. 1 turn. What?
Yeah. Well,
Grievous Bite, that's a lot of damage, right?
Grievous Bite can clear both.
Yeah, 1 damage to all.
2 in the middle and then 1 on the sides. So it's essentially the same as Unleash the Hounds here. It's not the play for Staz though, I think, because Unleash gets better as your opponent has more board, whereas Grievous Bite will do the same no matter what. So he's instead gonna use Unleash. It's not like the extra hero power will matter so much with the mana you save playing Grievous Bite, so that's the reasoning for Staz there. But yeah, he did take a lot of unnecessary damage, and wow, the burst is coming together for MrBoombastic.
Yeah,
now it's just Tolvir.
Tolvir into 2 1-costs. South Sea will definitely go face here, because the next turn is going to be lethal if Staz doesn't have any taunts on board.
Yeah, you can South Sea Cold Blood this turn. I prefer.
I was South Sea.
There's an argument for holding the South Sea Cold Blood for all the same time as Leroy. Usually when you hold South Sea, it's in hopes of drawing Fungal Mancer to combo with it the next turn. But MrBoombastic doesn't need the extra damage. He's just gonna instead do it this way, so he puts like the most damage on board because the South Sea will get charged anyway. So now
just looking for any taunt.
Grievous and Hunter's Mark, will clear everything. MeSA's the best outcome for sure. Yeah.
But South Sea and Vile Spine will definitely remove the MeSA.
Yes, and then the following turn, MrBoombastic should have lethal.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but Rockdillar might do something.
Well, what saves can Rockdillar do?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way that
Wandering
Staz
Monster?
can also have his own counter lethal, but Wandering Monster is a really good point.
Yeah.
Isn't this lethal already?
Wait.
Deadly South Sea Cold Blood is
I think it's
10.
lethal.
Oh, it's 1 off, right?
It's you get 4, then 2, that's the
1 off.
1
right?
off.
But next turn for sure
1, 2,
with
3,
Leroy,
4,
unless
6.
yeah.
Wait, it's lethal. Yeah,
Okay.
it's lethal.
No.
It's
you
Leroy, Cold Blood, South Sea. Oh no, it's not. He has to attack the MeSA first. So
yeah,
it's not lethal.
exactly.
It's not lethal.
It's so awkward. It's 1 off no matter
Yeah.
which way you slice
Yeah.
it, right? Because the dagger will have to, be expended first. So instead, MrBoombastic's gonna use his Vile Spines like this.
Yeah, he can only go face.
So, for Staz, the outs are Wandering Monster and Rexar, I think.
Yeah, that's Stalker Rexar is.
Oh wait, that's even not enough, I
No,
think.
it's not enough.
So it has to be Rock Dilar into Wandering Monster. And I don't even think that's enough either unless the Wandering gives a taunt.
Yeah, that's not enough too because there are a lot of minions aboard, or 2 minions who can activate it, or 1 minion left who can activate it.
What has to happen is Staz plays Rock Dilar, kills off the Vile Spine, and kills off the South Sea with his Deok, and then the Wandering Monster from the Rock Dilar, the theoretical one, has to get the 2/8 taunt from Shaman. I don't even know if that's in standard. I think it is.
It is. Yeah. It is. The 2/8 taunt with overload for 2 or 3. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. But that is not happening here, and MrBoombastic takes the game with what I think was a crucial error from Staz, honestly. The turn that he did not play around Bongomancer.
Yeah,
he could have cleared off the board.
He could have cleared the board, but he instead chose not to with that turn, and that's punished. That's punished him for this game. And now we're seeing a one win for MrBoombastic, and Staz is still going to play the Spell Hunter against one of the other decks of MrBoombastic.
Right, he still has his own Hunter, which is Death Rattle, and that Zoo, which I think both have a decent chance against the
Spell Hunter. Yeah.
Spell Hunter is just a deck that really relies on the Spellstone. When you don't get it, it's just not doing much. Yeah,
and the reason why Spellstone is so good because it gets a lot of minions on board if you charge it up to 4 wolves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Egg and Play Dead are available for MrBoombastic. So this is looking pretty tough already.
He has already the secret plan.
Yes, secret plan and Spellstone. So Staz just needs another secret off the top or in the next few turns to fully buff up the Spellstone. So it looks like both of the decks are, the plan of what they want to do is coming together.
Oh, look at that. There's a Devilsaur Egg and a Play Dead on MrBoombastic's side. So, double Devilsaur.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So only the Venom Strike trap is going to be used here. Just to power up the Spellstone.
Yeah, and then next turn is probably tracking plus look for another secret, and then something on turn 4, and then 4 wolves. That's the Spell Hunter basic manual.
Ooh,
tracking also picked up on the other side, but it has to be coin egg this turn, I'm pretty sure.
You have to coin the egg, and
next turn played that. Wow, really? Okay. I'm not a fan of this, honestly.
He's looking for Terror Skill Stalker.
Yeah, but that does the same thing as Play Dead.
Yeah.
And you can have it 1 turn sooner.
It's just body. Okay, he doesn't have to use tracking. Secret plan.
Okay, sure.
How about a Freezing Crab?
Yeah, it's very useful against
for the 5/5 Devilsaurs. And now the Emerald Spellstone is now activated with 4 wolves.
Wow, he still doesn't want to play the Play Dead.
Okay. Maybe he wants to use Play Dead on turn 4 without using the
coin.
The coin.
I guess maybe it's a play around Rat Trap. If you egg coin Play Dead, that's 3 cards in 1 turn. So I don't know. Now it's punished by the skill command from Staz, but he has a second egg to be fair, but yeah.
And activates the Freezing Crab. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now it's time to use the Devilsaur plus Play Dead, please.
Yep.
Yeah. And he now gets another one.
And 3 wolves facing off against the 1 raptor.
Yeah, 4 wolves.
Sorry, 4 wolves. Yeah.
4 3/3 wolves. And the next turn it's going to be 2 my side. 2 my sides on Staz's side.
That's really, really powerful. That's exactly what Spell Hunter wants in this matchup. But MrBoombastic can play 2 Terror Scale Stalkers this turn.
2 Terror Scales are so OP, and you will have 2 3/3 minions on board and 2 5/5s on board.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Gotta go for it.
Go for it, man.
I don't see a reason to play Flanking Strike this turn. Even though there's a Poisonous on your opponent's side of the board, it's okay when you have so many minions anyway, right? And the thing is, if he doesn't activate all of these Death Rattles now, there's a chance that the egg just dies. Yes,
there you go. 2 more 5/5s and
so crazy. Both of these decks just going off.
Rexar is a good turn, right? Yeah, can clear the 5/5s.
I prefer To My Side.
To My Side is also good.
Yeah. So I think Staz wants to go face here. Like, maybe, of course, the Poisonous kills one of the 5/5s, but To My Side, if you got Huffer MeSA or Huffer Leok, that's so much damage going to the face. Then you can force the other hunter to trade into you, and then after they trade, you can use Rexar to clear it off. Or if they didn't trade, you can lethal with second To My Side.
Ah, that's right. So when he uses To My Side, the best case scenario is that he gets Leok and Huffer,
right?
yes, to get the maximum amount of damage. And another To My Side on the next turn to get more damage if MrBoombastic doesn't trade in.
Yeah, as the Spell Hunter, you're the one that runs the answers in your deck. You don't have to be scared of your opponent's board, or burst rather. As long as you can force them to answer your board, you have the chance for burst in the following turn. But Staz is gonna play it super safe.
That's super safe.
I am honestly not a fan of this play, but
yeah,
he's the one that won a lot of prize money, not me.
But he gets to clear 3 Devil Source display. So
I really would have preferred to see To My Side. It would have been if you just land 1 Leok and MeSA. That's like the minimum, right? You deal what? 16 damage?
Yes.
If you land Huffer with the Leok, it's 21.
21 damage.
And you can even put the Cobra face if you want, because you're not dying to any sort of burst from the other hunters. So they're forced to trade you, and then you can just To My Side for lethal. So
oh well.
So now Staz gave up all the initiative, and he's trying to win through value now, but I think he had a really good shot to win through aggressiveness last turn.
Maybe since there's no Fungal Mancer on this side, he's going to use the explosive trap. But no, he may be using the Rock Dolar. Oh, he's hovering over it. Yeah, Rock Dolar, next turn, explosive trap. But it's not really a turn that you want.
It's not ideal, but he might have to go for it here. The To My Side looks really bad if you don't get Huffer or A lot of secrets.
Oh, there's a Flarks. Boom.
Oh, that's
it's
fun.
Useless here. This is a fun card. It's useful for Death Rattle decks, but it's not useful for a Spell Hunter.
Not at all. And now MrBoombastic has the time to go for Savannah Highmane here. He could also play his own Rexar.
Yeah.
Not sure if you really want to do that though. If you play Rexar, you're saying that my game plan is to win through value.
Yeah.
But looking at his hand, there's so much more value in Staz's hand because of all the cards he drew from Rock Dolar. So I like going on the aggressive.
Yeah, I think Savannah Highmane is one of the ways to win here. Because if you pick Deathstalker Rexar, you would it would be a chance game of you drawing or creating the better beast than the other.
Yeah.
Right?
Very much RNG based, I suppose. The thing is about Savannah Highmane, if your opponent has Freezing Trap, I suppose it's a little difficult.
Oh, so there you go. He picks Savannah Highmane. The other Freezing Trap is now discarded.
Yes.
So he now has 3 To My Sides.
Yeah, that's a lot of animal companions. That's 6 Huffer. No, you can't get 2 Huffer from one.
Yeah, you can only get 1 of each. Oh. Okay, we get Leok.
I think the Grievous Bite looks pretty good here.
The Grievous Bite looks
go
really
face
good.
with the Huffer, go face with the Rockdelar. Staz is at low health here. I think it's pretty difficult to win if he keeps trading over and over.
Yeah, he has to go face with both of these. I
guess there's an argument for holding the weapon. But
yeah, maybe he's holding the weapon for a possible minion, but
the Gluttonous Ooze is a punish here.
The Ooze is... Look at the Flark's Boom Zuka.
So Ooze and Giggling Inventor seems like a pretty good turn.
Wait, Carnivorous Cube.
Onto the high main?
Yeah, the high main.
Okay. It's a little awkward though because you're not clearing the MeSA, but yeah,
that's
sure,
good.
Sure.
Wait.
No silence on the Spell Hunter deck. It's just the freezing trap that's scary.
Yeah.
But you saw one burned, and you can't really rely on the other one being added to hand by Rockdelar.
So he has one more activator for the Death Rattle, right? He has one more play dead.
Yes.
Yeah, he already used 2 of his Terror Scale Stalkers, but...
I mean, at worst, you can just use the other cube. That's fine.
Yeah, the other cube, yeah.
So there you go. Staz can go for another to my side. I really think he needs to start going face now.
Yeah, to my side.
Maybe the Eagle Hornbow can clear off the Ooze. But I don't want to waste time trading into any of these little guys.
I think the to my side would be good. To my side and an explosive trap.
I like the bow batter because
okay.
Yeah, because your MeSA is a taunt, right? And there's a chance you get another taunt here, so explosive might not go off right away.
Oh,
and
that's
you can play around explosive by trading into the Huffers and stuff. So this is what Staz should have done a while ago, in my opinion. Now he sees the lines.
Yeah, now
when you have a lot of animal companions, there's only one place to go.
Yeah, there's only one place to go. The place to go is face.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. So that Kelset is way late in the party.
Yeah. No secrets in play for for Staz. So MrBoombastic can take this nice value trade of the cube onto MeSA. Then he can cube his own cube to get 2 high mains, but he's also scared of dying to lethal. So maybe he wants to play
Giggling
or Mossy. Mossy can clear the 2/4 after you trade your hyenas into the Huffers.
Okay, that's right.
But it's also kind of a slow turn, so maybe Giggling is just better.
Yeah, but he has to trade the hyenas to the 2 Huffers.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Yeah, go, man.
You can do it. So Giggles, Keloseth, Hero Power. The thing is, with the Rockdelar, you also have to be scared of the kill command burst, which is possible.
Yeah.
So,
have you had any chance where you got 3 kill commands in one Rockdelar?
No. I don't play very much Spell Hunter, to be honest.
That would be so lucky. Oh, okay.
Okay. There's one. He can try to tracking to find the other that would just be lethal. Oh no, did he use it? No, he didn't, right? So there's one more kill command in the deck.
Yeah, he can go tracking.
Even Unleash the Hounds is so good in the scenario, so I really like tracking here. There's a lot of outs to find lethal.
Yup, tracking, go.
If not, he can stall with explosive trap.
It's...
Nope.
Oh, no.
So I think you take Wandering Monster then. Yeah.
Wandering Monster, yeah.
Or Hunter's Mark with explosive is quite decent as well.
But what minion would you Hunter's Mark here?
Something that has more than 2 health, right?
Yeah, right.
The Ooze, as long as it can die to explosive trap. It's a very difficult decision.
Yeah, nothing's right here. Wandering Monster or Hunter's Mark, yeah.
Yeah, Hunter's... Oh, the Ooze is the only thing with more than 2 health, so it makes sense. So... Fledgling get a charge effect? Nope.
No, it's not
take
there.
The taunts, okay.
So it's going to be a explosive trap. Explosive trap.
You can also just, chuck the kill command face here, so that allows him to find another out for lethal next turn if he draws the other one.
If it's going to be, he's going to be down to 7 after this turn, right?
I
down to 5, down to 5, down to 5 after the explosive trap if it gets procced.
Yes. So that's why he used the kill command this turn already. It sets up lethal with just the Eagle Horn and the hero power. So MrBoombastic, maybe he doesn't proc the trap here. What you can do is to actually set up a board that can cause lethal on the turn that the explosive trap is procced. So that would entail cubing your cube. Of course, you trade a minion away first to create space, I think. Yeah. And then you just hero power.
Or he can, he can do that first and trade the goose.
No, he should not attack here. He definitely should not attack.
Yeah, he should not attack here.
He needs the Annoyatrons to survive. Oh, that's a straight misplay, I think.
Oh, no.
I think it's a very obvious setup for explosive trap. And he had a way to set up counter lethal with the cube. So, yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it's still not lethal for Staz here, but he can pick up another kill command or unleash the Hound.
Top deck pro? No. Okay, he's off.
No. Grievous with, if you get Huffer, no, that's not enough. So he has to rely on the build a beast.
Yeah.
To do something insane here.
Is there anything that he can have here? Maybe a bloat. No, the bloat bat with the poisonous is 9 cost. Right?
Yeah.
Or bloat bat with poisonous is 6 or 9 cost.
I think it's 6.
6 or 9 cost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
the owl can silence one of the Annoyatrons, which is pretty significant.
Charge.
And you can give it charge. Maybe there's some kind of out here. Wait, one sec.
No.
With the Grievous bite? No.
No.
Not enough.
It's not gonna work.
Nope.
So it's it's one.
Wow. So
one for MrBoombastic.
Is gonna tie it up at 2-all.
2-all, and he still has his heal lock. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's actually difficult for the Spell Hunter to deal with. Also, he might just be able to pull this back.
Oh my gosh. How about a Wandering Monster?
The 2/8 taunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time.
He's banking on it. Oh, but it's not gonna happen because there is a candle shot to activate the Wandering Monster of
2/8
Staz.
taunt can still save the day, right?
No,
but no, yeah.
It won't.
It's not that. So there you have it. MrBoombastic pulls the game back. And honestly, I think the Staz has not been on form with the Spell Hunter.
Yeah,
I disagreed with a lot of his plays. Not to say that I'm better than Staz. I'm definitely not. But from what we can see, there are things he could have done better. Yeah,
Staz is definitely getting punished with his Spell Hunter twice in a row. And now he has to face the big boss, the Heal-Lock. The big boss of the meta, the Heal-Lock. With his Spell Hunter, it may have certain advantages, the Spell Hunter, especially if he has the secrets. But looking at the meta,
it's just so fast, the Warlock.
So
if they can hit Kel'Thuzad, it's insane. They get Soul Infusion on the Chariot Chain Gang or doubling Imp, it's insane. There's just so much potential for high roll from the Heal Zoo. So it's very difficult for the Spell Hunter.
So, looking at this Spell Hunter, nothing good?
Nope.
Nothing
That's
good.
not the hand you want.
Nothing good here. But he keeps the tracking. Ooh, okay.
Okay, that's a pretty good hand. You got the Rexar, you got the Wandering Monster. MrBoombastic hits the Flame Imp.
Turn
Always what you want to have.
Yes. It's one of the best turn ones, except for Voodoo Doll and Happy Ghoul.
Voodoo Doctor. yeah. If you can coin that all at the same turn.
Yeah.
So another Wandering doesn't seem so bad to me, but Flanking Strike could also be useful because next turn he'll go 2 cost and then he can coin 4. So, drops his turn 2, not even hitting a 1 cost minion. So that's a little unfortunate for MrBoombastic there.
But MrBoombastic is going to get the explosive turn 3 with the Fungal Enchanter and the Happy Ghoul.
Into Saronite, into Fungal. The next few turns are very well planned out already. The hand sometimes just plays itself when you're playing Zoolock.
I think the freezing trap is good here because you deal more damage to the MrBoombastic.
Yeah, if he wants to play the Flame Imp again. But Staz is hoping, I think, that the 3-drop is actually something that survives a value trade with the Flame Imp. That's the best case scenario. Because then he'll have another minion on board.
Oh, no!
That's like one of the worst.
Yeah, it's one of the worst. The
it
alarm
is the worst, right? Because it has no attack.
No attack.
Even Toothy Chest
and
can survive. Yeah.
What? Okay.
R.I.P.
Here we go.
At least the flanking strike was kept, but Staz is just gonna go for the bow instead. Yeah, makes sense because he can get 2 attacks in over 2 turns this way if he equips it now. But Serenade Chain Gang.
Serenade Chain Gang is right over there, blocking the damage from Staz's Eagle Horn Bow. And as we said, it's so fast. Turn 5 is probably going to be a Fungal Mancer turn to protect the lower cost, lower health minions.
Yes, Staz is forced to just flanking strike and clear away one of the chain gangs. Next turn, he'll probably coin a Rexar, but with the Fungal Mancer, the Rexar is not going to clear anything unless you trade the Wolf, and that feels awful.
And maybe he will have to use the... Oh my gosh.
Yep, all
Look at that 4-5. It has to go face, man.
Yeah.
Well, he's thinking about it. Maybe he will trade the Flame Imp to the...
Okay, if you leave a Beast up, that means you're scared of Kill Command. But what does Kill Command do here? It clears 1 minion at best.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to trade.
Okay.
This is worse than Rexar, and I really disagree. But
no, man.
I mean, MrBoombastic's still in a good position.
This is a Rexar turn right here.
For sure. Staz will immediately shave off the armor with the remaining Flame Imp. So essentially, MrBoombastic needs to just find 11 more damage.
I think this is going to be a turn wherein Prince Kalaseth and oh man, Prince Kalaseth and
possible. See what he draws. If he gets Doomguard, I like just playing.
Okay.
Okay, looks like it's just Flame Imp and second Fungal. Sure.
Yeah,
this
Fungal,
is fine.
Go.
Mushrooms are really powerful.
Yeah, mushroom power.
To my side, get Huffer and MeSA. That's the best outcome. Just one freezing trap isn't enough here.
Yeah, the freezing trap will not be a good option here because you know, Fungal Mancer is a battle cry. It should just strengthen or make you nearer to your demise.
Kill Command has no activator, so Huffer and MeSA is the out for Staz here. If you get MeSA Leok, you are just dead.
Huffer MeSA? Oh, MeSA and
so
Leok.
He's still alive technically, but there's so many out. Soulfire,
Doomguard.
Nope, he's gonna tap
Soulfire, Doomguard.
That's it.
Life Drinker.
Life Drinker, right.
So, tap.
Yeah, definitely tap here.
Prince Kalaseth.
Nah. That removes your Doomguard out,
Doomguard,
right? So, okay, so now he Kalaseths, and you can just happily go face here. He's still at such a high health
Kalaseth, Doom Doctor, Voodoo Doctor, and then Soul Infusion. Into a doubling imp.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Oh, man.
I guess he's scared of Unleash the Hound, so maybe he won't play the Voodoo Doctor.
Yeah, maybe.
Most of the time, he's winning with just the current hand.
Okay.
Is he trading? No, really?
What?
Okay.
What if, okay. So it's
good placement for Grievous Bite, but okay. So Staz needs the, some sort of lifesteal rush. So scale height plus something.
He needs an explosive trap. Yeah.
And Grievous Bite. And even then, that's not enough to deal with... with Candle Shot. Okay, so tracking into Explosive plus Grievous and Candle Shot.
Yes, that's right.
You've seen 2 Fungal Mancers, so
maybe there's a miracle? Yes! Okay. It's a miracle.
Wow.
Okay. Explosive Trap.
So much closer than I thought it would be. Yeah.
He would need to use the Candle Shot and the Grievous Bite to make it work. He would survive another turn. Oh my gosh.
Live to see another day.
Maybe on the next turn he will get a good Lifesteal Beast.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah. There's no more Fungal Mancer, right?
No more. So the outs are Soulfire and Doomguard for MrBoombastic here.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So close.
Maybe we'll see pro moves here, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Soul Infusion,
Seeing
so good.
that, I think you just Soul Infusion
Yeah.
for the doubling. Actually, there's an argument for just giving up your board here because it's never ever surviving anyway. You can't draw Fungal to buff it up. So better to just play around Unleash the Hounds this way.
Yeah, just go Soul Infusion. Just let out your doubling imp.
You know, I don't even mind seeing the Soulfire thrown to the face there. Because if you draw Doomguard next turn, that means you can play the Doomguard without worrying about discarding the Soulfire.
That's right.
So
maybe he draws another Soulfire.
Yeah,
which,
the same principle.
Yeah, same principle. So
okay, Staz has a lot of ways to survive here with the kill command and the build a beast. That's a rush.
Taunt? Maybe a taunt?
Taunt, sure. It depends on what he took first, right? If you can take a rush that is also gonna survive the trade, I think that's better than a taunt. But I don't think he'll have the mana to play kill command on top of it.
Maybe okay. If you pick the Bear Shark and a taunt, would it survive? 4/4. It's 4/7. Yeah, it could take the whole damage of the doubling imp. Okay.
So tense. It's so close.
Maybe we'll see some pro moves from the get-go here. Oh, what did he pick? Okay.
Taunt, destroy a pirate.
Okay.
Okay, so Doomguard and Soulfire still possible outs here, but if it's drawn, it can still discard the other thing, so that's very scary.
Life Drinker is
that's
good.
Lethal. That's lethal.
Yep, that's lethal.
Oh my gosh, Staz!
Oh my gosh,
loses
Staz!
the game, and MrBoombastic, who I have honestly never heard of, is taking the underdog victory.
Yeah, MrBoombastic proves he's fantastic. Yeah.
Congratulations, he's moving on to the finals.
Finals, yeah. He's moving on to the finals. Maybe, let's see who's moving on to the finals with MrBoombastic. And,
just sweeping Staz's Spell Hunter. I think that was the deck that just could not get a win from Staz.
That Spell Hunter just could not perform. So, Ferds is going on to fight, or going on to the match with MrBoombastic. Oh, that's nice
right. And we already have our third place decided because Ferds did beat
third place
one of the third and fourth people decided, because in the other semi-final between Ferds and Addict, Ferds moved through, so there will be I think the next match will probably be between Addict and Staz.
Okay.
Then the finals between Ferds
and MrBoombastic. So again, you're watching the Mobile Esports Arena Hearthstone tournament for the month of August, organized by Brand Pro, presented by Zenfone Max Pro Limitless Gaming. And this is a tournament that we do every month. And please keep in touch with our Facebook page, facebook.com/Mobile Esports Arena, in our YouTube page, Jean?
Yes, YouTube at MeSA Official, and Twitch TV as you're watching right now, also at MeSA Official. And in this Mobile Esports Arena, we don't only have Hearthstone, but other mobile esports as well. So if you play any of those games, go ahead and give MeSA a bit of a Google and figure out where you can join, and if you can make a name for yourself and also try your hand at winning one of the large prizes that we have. This is a 30,000 peso prize pool tournament, with the first place getting 15K.
Yeah, the second prize getting 10,000, and the third prize getting 5,000 pesos. So if you think that you are the one that they're looking for, or the one that can give RNG a run for its money, and you can join our tournament. And it's going to be monthly, as we said. And this has been Excelsior PH, and with me is
Gia,
and we're going to see you in a few minutes with our next match.